Followers of this channel may recognize this Heathkit, the DX60. Since I've done another video a couple of years back on the original DX60, and you can compare and contrast that old video on the DX60 with this new video of the DX60B version. So if you go back and look at the old one, you'll see very obvious differences, primarily in the meter area. Now, looking at the meter, the original DX60 had an inset frame around the meter, and the meter itself was a variation. This meter on the DX60B, very clean, very nicely placed, without the augmentation of a framing around it. Also some slight difference in colors of knobs. Other than that, very much the same functionally as the DX60A and this, the DX60B. This a particular specimen is just really pristine. You look very closely. There's not a scratch on the face. It's just beautifully preserved. When I saw this, I was kind of in awe. So you don't see a lot of specimens like this with the level of originality, especially on that crinkle paint finish. Very difficult to duplicate the crinkle coat finish on these old Heathkits. So just looking around at it on the case, very, very nice. So we'll take a look inside, see what the difference is there, and if it continues to be as pristine there as it is on the front and the case. Looking at the back, looks very nice and clean. As we look at the big electrolytic, you see that it has been replaced. It is a new electrolytic. A good thing to do with these old radios is to immediately replace the capacitors. And this one is, I think, a Hayseed Hamfest multi-cap replacement for the DX60. I think it's available from their website. 4 places for crystals. The antenna, some people change to an SO239. I think a RCA plug is just fine for this radio, considering it doesn't put out a great deal of power. A little bit of oxidation on the chassis here and there. Transformer looks good. Tube shields in place, and the tubes as well. And the final, inside the final cage, which has been removed for this video, shows a very nice tank circuit. And the final, which is a 6146, very venerable final amplifier tube, very robust, used in many of the radios of the period, and even later in the hybrid radios. Notice the bar alongside of it, little rod there, neutralization, which was not part of the DX2040 3540 series radios. So that's a look at the inside. Okay, so let's take the bottom cover off and take a look at the guts here at the inside of this DX60B. Cover down. And first thing you notice is that the paper capacitors have all been changed out. The two here, and there's two more down here. So as well as the one we saw at the top, which was this one back here. You can see how it's been resoldered in. These also have been replaced, so that's very nice. Looking at the work, soldering work of the builder of this, looks like he kind of knew what he was doing. A lot of very nice flowing solder, no globs. It's all shiny, which shows that the solder has been flowed well. If you are a soldering person, you know the look of a good solder joint. And that's very positive going forward, because you probably have less issues, fewer issues with the radio if the soldering by the builder was good, and you don't expect to have. Here's another cap that was changed out down here. I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, that one there. But otherwise, fairly clean work for the builder of this novice radio back in the day. So we'll fire it up and see how it looks on the watt meter. So here's the live DX60B. Got power light on, and let's go to tune. Grid position 2.5 mils. That's just correct. We'll peak that. Readjust to 2.5 mils. And let's go over to CW here. In the plate position, and let's dip the final. Take a look, see what we've got here at the power level. It looks like about 50 watts or so. So there you are, and that's crystal controlled. You may also have a VFO with this, the Heathkit VFO made and color coordinated for this radio was available, still is, and works nicely with the radio. And that's why you see so many out there still in operation. So there you have it, the Heathkit DX60 version B update for you. Thanks for watching.